It is late evening, and I hope you all are having a good evening. So, to explain how this went down and why I'm pissed, I'm going to explain a series of events. So, Matt from CRS Firearms started to GoFundMe for Justin from Auto Key Cards. When he first did it, I did a search for it, and I found a couple of nefarious GoFundMe accounts for the same purpose, allegedly for Justin. Matt did some further research, and one of these GoFundMe accounts was posing pretty much as like they were, the way Matt took it, like they were Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Matt sent me the link. I then texted it to Codaboy32. Codaboy32 then called me this morning, and I said, "Look, somebody's pretending to be Jared, so call Jared and have him take this down. Let him know what's going on." Now, my reason for doing that was so that people didn't donate to the wrong fund. Johnny Boy 32 then comes out of the video and says that Jared called him, and Jared asked him to let his viewers know that he is in no way, shape, form, or fashion tied with the auto key card in any way. And Johnny B goes on to explain that an auto key card is just a piece of metal you can just pop a lightning link out of it, all kinds of shit, which is complete bullshit, and we all know that. Anybody that's ever done a minimal amount of research like this much would know that that's not true. And it really pisses me off because these dudes, these so-called pro-Second A constitutionalist patriots, just did the biggest disservice in the world to the right to keep and bear arms, to not only the right to keep and bear arms community, but also just the pro rights community in general. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say these assholes, and that's what they are exactly what they claim to be against. Now, if Jared would have said, "Hey, I didn't start a GoFundMe. If you wish to donate for the cause, go to CRS Firearms, and there will be a link there. Same for Johnny B or whatever." But no, Johnny B acted like this Justin from Auto Key Cards is just a complete dumbass for what he did. No, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing. He knew that he was creating a product that was a novelty item that had a very specific purpose as a talking piece. And then the ATF broke the law and made a lightning link out of it. There's no cases of anybody doing that shit except for the ATF. And you would, like I said, you would think that they would get it. They just don't. It's another case of they're fuds. That's what they are. They don't care about it unless it affects them. Mr. Shall Not Comply Johnny B, that repeatedly shows his items he has tax stamps on. And as for Jared, like Jared could, one thing Johnny B said was that Jared don't take part in things like GoFundMe stuff. Well, he didn't have a fucking problem when it was his dad. When his dad died, did he? No, he didn't have a problem getting his mommy some money then, did he? Not a problem at all. It pisses me off to the core that these people, it just pisses me off. But those, if you're worried about the Democrats or that guy over there, that leftard, that's not who you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about people like Johnny B and Guns and Gadgets that are not who they claim to be at all. And they're not. Neither one of them. I pick on Coda Boy sometimes. I don't pick on him because I don't think he has good intentions, or I don't think he won't see it as his problem. If he's seen it, if he would stop and really think about it, I think he would see it. He said to me before that he doesn't disagree with things I say. My issue with that is if you don't disagree, then you need to be saying them and teaching people and showing people. Because when you have 200,000 followers or 400,000 followers, you can make a lot bigger of an impact than I can with 1,300. And I'm not saying I'm not appreciative for all 1,300 subscribers. I am. I'm just saying that it makes sense if you pretend to be part of the community, or if you say that you're a part of the community, whatever that is, whether it be the Pro 2A community or the pro rights community, or the pro right to keep and bear arms community, or the pro gun community, or the FUD community, whatever that is, then play your part. Show that's what you are. I think that it should really open people's eyes, the simple fact that Jared from Guns and Gadgets called Jonny B and told him to go out of his way to tell his subscriber base that he had nothing to do with not only this GoFundMe, but auto key cards at all, and he did it. But at the same time, he didn't make a fucking video saying go to mass. I didn't mean to cuss. Like, I'm really pissed right now. I'm trying to stop cussing too. But he didn't make a video saying go to CRS Firearms if you want to donate. It's really important that this case is won. No, he didn't do none of that. He didn't say there's some guys sitting in jail in Florida because of you. And that's what it boils down to. Justin's in jail for all of us. Like it or not, he is. His rights are being violated. And because of that, all of our rights are being violated. That's how that works. Even though I'm not in jail and you're not in jail, our rights are still being violated right now. And he's the one suffering the consequences of that. Old G&G and Jonny B don't understand that, though. It just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind even more is that people don't see it. They don't see what these gun tubers are. They took something that they like doing themselves and they created a way to make money out of it. And I'm not knocking them for that. Like, hey, make money. But there comes a point in time where money doesn't matter. You know, there's certain things that there's no amount of money in the world you could pay me to do it. And one of those is violating rights. Like, I'm not doing it. There's nothing in the world that could get me to do that, especially not money. And I'm sure shit not going to stand here and talk about shall not comply and whatever else that stupid saying that asshole says, and then show you my tax stamp suppressor. I mean, come on, man. Like, quit buying the bullshit, people. But what they just did, like I said, is a major, major, major kick in the balls to the right to keep and bear arms. That's what Jonny B just did. That's what Jared from Guns and Gadgets just did. Both of them. Yeah, both of them. They're bastards, man. They are the true enemy. You know, if somebody wants to punch you in the mouth, you know to be on guard. But when they pretend that you're a friend and then they just punch you in the mouth out of nowhere, kind of get you. And that's who them guys are. They're snakes in the grass, man.